everybody, we're at NAMM 2024, and when we come to the Gamechanger stand, I know, we know we're going to see something game-changing. Ilya is here with us again. It's good to see you, man.
Hey, Lee.
So, these look super cool, and the good news with this is finally Ilya is going to explain to me what Eurorack actually is. Because I see it, but I don't understand it. And now you've put it in pedals, so I'm going to have to learn it. Okay. So what's the deal?
All right, so I've got some pamphlets over here. No, okay. Listen, so basically, it would probably be insulting to true Eurorack specialists to call this a true Eurorack product, but it is a modular product. Hence the name for this series, which is the mod series. So for guitarists, the word modulation usually means like a chorus effect, something that goes wub wub wub.
Yeah.
but in reality, like the word modulation basically means movement. So in simple terms, the mod series is Gamechanger Audio's take on it's our take on the classic 4-knob effects units. Yeah. So for the first time ever, we're releasing a bunch of products, a bunch of pedals together. So we're starting off with 3 stereo time-based units, chorus, delay, and a reverb. Each one of them has 4 standard knob controls, but the extra interesting thing, what makes it special, is that each pedal has 2 modulators built in. One of these modulators, what that means basically is like it's a dynamics tracker or envelope follower. It analyzes the strength of your playing and creates a control signal. And the other one is a pitch tracker, which also analyzes what notes you're playing and creates a signal. And then you can use these little cables to basically route those signals generated by the pitch tracker or the dynamics tracker into any one of the 4 parameter knobs.
So you could oscillate the drive, or you could oscillate the delay, or...
Exactly, yeah. So you can. I would like to use the word...
See, I used a big word there. I said the word oscillate.
Yeah, it's a big word for you.
It is.
You need to bleep that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to... The delay, yeah.
Absolutely. It's a premature oscillation. It's always been a problem of mine.
I knew it. That's what I heard about you, yeah.
We've just planted a minefield for the rest of the interview. Absolutely. I cannot use the word oscillate anymore.
Fine, it's fine. Well, I kind of... So we've got the guitar going into the first one, and then by the time we come out the final one, we're going stereo into a pair of Fender amplifiers here. So what you're hearing is these in stereo. But just... I think sometimes it's better just to show someone a sound, isn't it?
The basic idea is this. Look, we have these little bars here. So one of them is the pitch tracker. Yeah, this one's here. And then the other one's the dynamics follower. Okay. So basically you have these same VU meters here. So what I've got patched here, this is our delay pedal. It's in the tape style emulation mode. So here's the basic delay effect. Right, so it's bouncing the sound back in between the 2 amps. So what I can do is I can switch the mod section on, and now there is going to be no delay until I cross a certain threshold of playing.
Okay.
So I can go something like this.
That's clever.
That's an absolutely simple idea.
Is that something that would be relatively normal to find in a Eurorack kind of setup, or is that unique? Because I've never seen
Is it like docking? Is it not like
docking
dynamic, delay?
But it's dynamic to your picking, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what docking delay is. Is that the same? You know, docking delay where you play it softer and then it...
Well, so right now what I'm controlling is the amount of signal being sent into the mix. I can also do it, I have a example here on the reverb. So here I've got just a normal reverb like this. Like that. So now I have a pitch, like a cable coming from the pitch analyzer, and that goes into the level as well. So I can press down this and calibrate one note. quickly like this. So now, as soon as I cross this note, it's going to start kind of like modulating or like increasing the amount of
only
reverb.
If the pitch is above that note.
Yeah, so kind of like. So, and
That's awesome though.
That's as simple as that. So I just had it in the mix mode. So that the mix, so this knob can be in either input mode or mix mode. So in mix mode, you can get the ducking effect like this. So as soon as I play a lower note, it cuts out.
Yeah.
But if I have it in input mode, then I can modulate or change or animate how much signal even goes into the reverb engine itself. So for example, I can do anything I want, like on the lower strings. Okay, I'll switch off the delay. But as soon as I play a louder note, so these are not going into the engine whatsoever.
Yeah. I like that. Let's go, man. That's fun.
Are any of these inputs and outputs? Can you cross from one pedal to another to get other things to trigger in other?
This is where we can get into self-oscillation, which is a dangerous cycle that happens to Eurorack people.
That happens to me a lot of times.
But this is where the rabbit hole, what I've just shown you, is very, very simple application.
I think that's the rabbit hole is a great analogy, because I think you for the guitar player that just needs to have a tap tempo modulated delay, they can go and buy an MXR carbon copy. This is for the guitar player that is just open-minded to what weird stuff is going to happen.
Looking for new inspiration. We keep saying it all the time. I'm looking for new inspiration in writing and whatever.
I mean, it doesn't. So what we really wanted to do with this,
it's like a hot dog, put a sausage in there.
What we really wanted to do with this is we wanted to. It doesn't have to be like a deep dive, something extremely nerdy and complicated. We want to introduce a standard guitar player who is performance-based to this kind of concept, because this is a concept that enhances that all-in-the-hands idea of playing. So instead of relying on like a pedal to do your job for you, it's up to you to create a patch or to create a simple setting that works together with your playing. So for example, here it's very simple. If I strum louder, then there will be no chorus, and I can decide where that kind of cutting off, where that folding line is basically. So it's a chorus. And then now I can have more articulates, like kind of chugs, and so. No chorus.
Yeah. It's clever, man.
It is clever.
And you know what? I'm noticing this. Now, it sounds good.
You need to try it. You need to try it to Lee. You need to. We can do this. We can capture this live on camera. You making your first modular patch. So you can put the pitch, take the pitch output, and put it into the, for example, rate input.
It's okay. I'm okay.
Okay, wow.
Now you see why I do it every time, right?
You see, this was very easy, and you're still.
I know that's it. Even I can do that.
Yeah, right. So now, if I hold this down, and enter a note, again, I calibrated my cutting off point, and now everything above this line will start dramatically increasing the rate of the chorus. So this is a radical, dramatic example, but it doesn't have to be like that. And now let's try and see what happens. So I've got this one reacting to dynamics, this one to pitch, this one to both. So we can go let's do soft stuff on the bottom, on the lower register, and then louder stuff on the high register. So I'm triggering the delay with a louder strum. Now I'm opening up the reverb. And now if I play like softer notes, it's gonna modulate the rate of the chorus.
Dude, man.
So
I tell you, there's going to be like Pink Floyd fans and all that kind of stuff going crazy for this, aren't there?
I mean, like, to me, this is about 2 or 3 like separate things. First of all, it's an idea that allows you to animate the standard effects. It doesn't have to be radical Pink Floyd space out, wipe out kind of stuff. It just sometimes, the whole point of the guitar, it's a dynamically expressive instrument, and when you're like, these are not the conditions to be listening maybe for the details, but it's such a nice feeling when you plug in to a reverb and you just kind of dial it in a little bit and you leave it like this. The design is, that's why we made a design like this, so that you can leave the patches and you can step on the whole pedal. You can mash it and you will never break those connections off. So you can find your kind of sweet spot and just leave it there. And then it's such a great feeling when you're playing in a nice environment, and then a louder strum just triggers a little bit more tail on the reverb. It's such a simple thing. But you can do that.
You guys are so amazing at doing stuff like this and coming up with something that nobody else does, and that sounds good at the same time. Innovative tones. It is innovative, man.
And we're still looking for a slogan. After all these years, we still don't have a slogan, so maybe you can help.
I don't know, Gamechanger. It's a great name for a company.
Well, it is a game changer.
Okay, so I wanted to finish my mega point. So it's about the subtle things. It's also about the crazy experimentation, and it's also about the creativity. And each pedal comes with 4 of these patch cables, and with just one pedal and 4 patch cables, I did it with ChatGPT. So I calculated the amount of possible patching combinations, unique patching combinations. So it was 163 unique patching combinations with 4 cables and 1 pedal. And that's not even like touching the knobs and not understanding all the like extra modes and so on. So you can use it from the simplest possible things to very, very experimental things, which will absolutely guarantee that you will arrive at something that's like, wow, I figured this out. Like you can set it to do things where like anything below the lower G sets the delay to self-oscillation. And you can just like pull that out in the middle of a track or something. So it really is a platform for your creativity, and it's very interesting in my opinion. Instead of having a company do like a big mega delay with lots of modes, you have the basic Legos of components, and you have your creativity, and you get to create these complicated, intricate things.
I love it. I think it's cool.
And then the third element is that
can you use external oscillators to
that's
get this stuff
exactly
to work?
the point. So these
I'm into this
these
now.
pedals, you can switch them from instrument level to line level to Eurorack level.
Right.
You can take an LFO out of your synth and plug it into.
If you're in a band where you're trying to write, you're the guitar player, but you're writing with a keyboard player, and you're trying to come up with experimental stuff. I can see that.
You can take a kick drum and you can have the kick drum duck your reverb or something like that. You don't have to use this with another band member, so connected by little patch cables across the stage or something, but you can also connect the pedals to each other. So there's also patch points in the back that you can send the delays to close the reverb trails and so on. You can do all kinds of interesting things, and
it's going to take you like a year to do all the videos, aren't they? To all the different.
I think this might be the case where like patch 175. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it up to you.
I can't wait to see what some people will do.
Explore it, and exploration in sounds. I love it.
So, we hope that we have a feeling like at least it happened to us as well. Where like we have a feeling that this is the natural progression anyway. You know, once you have your mind, like once you wrap your mind around all the pedal stuff and so on, I think the modular world and synthesis world, like it doesn't have to be like this complicated journey. Like the basic building blocks is exactly this, just using one signal to change another parameter, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So we've done everything we possibly can to make this exciting and simple. Nice.
Man.
Hey, thanks a lot. I mean,
man, this is good to
awesome.
see
Are you
you.
sure you don't want to play? Let's
Nice.
come on.
Oh,
No.
I'm going to play.
Shall I play?
Yeah, you
Yes.
play. Go on,
Okay.
play.
The louder you play, the less chorus you'll have. And if you start playing high up, then it's gonna start spinning out faster. Louder strum opens up the delay, sends it into the delay.
So what's it? Tap it hard.
Take a look at the bar here.
Yeah.
Here's the bar. This is the this is how you like attenuate. So this is your breaking point. If you increase that, then okay. And now I'm gonna show you this reverb trick.
That's so cool, man.
Okay, just give me one note that you want to be your breaking point.
Okay, so
Done. So now there's going to be no reverb unless you play higher than this note. Oh, sorry, I got the delay on.
Okay,
Try again. So.
okay.
It's sending the signal into the reverb.
Yeah.
But you can also gate it. So if I switch this to mix, so now as soon as you go away from that note, it will cut off the old tails. Now take a lower note.
If I stop it, oh look.
Yeah, but this is an extreme example. But you understand, you can make it like open up towards a higher note or close down, or we can also. You can also now fine-tune this and say, link the playing dynamics to the tone of that reverb. So for example, a louder strum on the high register will tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's try that. The louder strum tones it down.
I love it.
can also invert that. So now anything lower than that note will.
Oh, so now. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So there's it's just, it doesn't have to be crazy like synthesizer nerd territory. It can be just, you know, for playing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they say, this like tone is in the fingers. We're trying to
the tone is in the fingers.
Make this link between that idea and the actual effect itself.
It's a very harmonic. It's very you have to be able to touch and feel. It's a lot of feel and touch, right?
Yeah.
It's very touch sensitive. I love it.
Yeah.
Nice.